Freddie, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Obviously, we had that quick call earlier. You were kind of running me through everything, how you've been a Sparky for 10 years now, and you just want out of it because you're working 14-hour days sometimes, and you never have time for your kids and your missus. So, like, do you mind just running me through that again?
Yeah, man. Like, honestly, you know, I've finished my apprenticeship and I've gone through the ranks and I'm at a competent stage. So I'm really needed on site. Um, I work a lot of hours because I need to do a lot of the important jobs. And, yeah, it just takes up time from my family.
Hmm. So you've just, like you said, work your way up through the ranks. You're always needed on site, and that's taken away time from you and your family, right?
Yeah.
Mm. Damn, man. I'm like, how is this all sort of, sitting with you at the minute that you're on site all the time and you don't get a chance to be around as much as you'd want to be?
It is hard, but once this job is over, it'll be fine. But yeah, yeah, it is affecting me. I am really, really stressed out.
Hmm. And like, whenever you say stressed out, is that to do with not having as much time with your family as you would want, or is it the actual job that's causing you to feel stressed out?
Oh, it's just mostly the job, to be honest with you, bro. I'm teaching apprentices or have a group of apprentices that I have under my wing. And, like I said, I walk in 14-hour days and I've got like so much pressure. The job needs to be done by a deadline. And I'm like the only person that does like the important jobs that can do them.
Hmm.
So I just feel like a lot of pressure because I'm managing just so much and I'm working so much.
Hmm. So you're managing so much in work. And like, are you taking that pressure home with you too?
Yeah, yes and no. I'm not really taking it out on my family like in an anger way. It's just like if someone tries to speak to me, I'm just sort of just not listening.
Mm. So, I mean, Freddie, like, you're feeling like this, right? Where you don't get to see your family as much as you'd want to. Whenever you do see them, there's so much pressure built up from work that you don't even really want to listen.
Mm.
And on top of that, there's pressure within the job. So, I mean, with all of this going on, then, like, Freddie, what's actually keeping us in this job?
I guess I've been with the company for such a long time and they've helped me out and stuff like that. And I guess I feel guilty leaving them. I feel like I can't leave them.
Mm. Do you mind giving me a better understanding of what you mean there in terms of you feel like you can't leave them?
Well, yeah, so the job's like halfway done. And if I were to leave now, it would be like extremely unfair and just morally wrong because like not tooting my own horn but or being cocky, but they do really need me. I am important. And if I were to leave, I don't think they'd get anywhere, or I know they wouldn't get anywhere.
Hmm. So essentially, you're just telling me that you feel that sense of guilt because you feel like you are important and it would be morally wrong to just leave at this point.
Yeah, because you know they wouldn't be able to get nearly as much work done, or the job wouldn't be done by the deadline. All of that.
Hmm. I see. Okay. So, I mean, Freddie, right? Like, you're telling me that. you do feel that sense of guilt whenever you think about even leaving this job. But I mean, what actually makes you feel guiltier, Freddie? Potentially leaving this job and getting out of this situation? Or not actually spending time with your kids and your missus?
Spend family, of course. Spend the time. That's more important with my family.
Mhm. So, what you're saying is you do feel guiltier about not spending time with your family. However,
Yeah.
we still choose to go to this job every single day.
Yeah, only because I feel like my family would have a more better understanding of it, 'cause, it's work. Do you know what I mean? And they understand, like, as soon as the job's over, I'll be back with them.
Mm, mm. Whenever you say that you'll be back with them, I mean, first of all, Freddie, are you going to be back with them the amount that you would want to have with them? Or are you still going to be working a lot of hours and just maybe getting an extra hour or so in the evening?
Yeah, you're right. Probably get, like, an extra hour in the evening. That's probably the most I'm gonna get.
Mm. And let's say we do get that extra hour in the evening for a while. I mean, are there maybe jobs in the future that you might have where, once again, you'll just lose out on more time if you're needed on site?
Mm, yeah. I feel I do get what you're saying.
Okay, well, break it down for me then, Freddie.
I do get what you mean, like, my family is more important, and if I continue working this, like, I'm still not gonna have as much time as I want with my family, and I'm still gonna probably be stressed out just in a different situation.
Mhm. So, I mean, Freddie, whenever you said that guilt is keeping you here in this job, is it the guilt? Or is it the fact that we're actually just choosing to stay in this job?
I guess choosing to stay in this job.
Okay. And why do you feel like it's coming down to us staying in the job rather than the guilt that you mentioned?
Well, guilt is just the feeling that I have. It's actually me choosing to still stay.
Hmm.
I like, if I could just leave, and it probably would benefit me. And if anything, like, the hours and doing, and the stress that I'm managing, and the being away from my family is unfair to me. So leaving wouldn't be unfair.
Mm,
It'd be fair.
absolutely. So essentially, do you hold yourself accountable then for actually keeping yourself in this position, showing up to this job every single day?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I felt like I had to. you know, because it is my job. And I felt like, I've got thick skin and I'll just pile through it. But if there is a way that it doesn't have to be that way and I can spend time with my family and still earn money, then, of course I'll take it.
Mm. So would you say then that it only comes down to you to actually find that way to spend time with your family, like you said?
Yeah.
Okay, and why do you feel like that?
Well, I got myself in this situation, well, not knowing, but if I got myself in, I can get myself out. And no one else is going to help me. It's my life.
Hmm. I mean, it's great that you're saying this to me, Freddie, and it takes a lot of courage to actually admit that only you can get yourself out of this position. Freddie, though, how does it sit with you that, I mean, it's always been down to you to get yourself out of this position. The power's always been in your hands. However, we're still in this situation.
A bit annoyed, and I just feel like sort of selfish that I was choosing my job and money over my own family.
Hmm. And how long have we been feeling like this for? We've been in the
Uh,
job for 10 years, and when did we first start to realize this?
well, I got my apprenticeship in my fourth year, so and I started feeling like this is the biggest job I've had, and on the ranks, probably like a year and a bit.
Mhm. So a year and a bit then, and we've been in the job for 10. So that year ago then, Freddie, what actually made you realize, what made you aware of this situation that we're in?
When I was just absolutely just when I the first few weeks of this big job,
Hmm.
that one day where I was just dealing with so much. It was just a day where nothing was going well, nothing.
Hmm.
And then it was a week of nothing going well. And yeah, it's just fucked it all up. And I've just been thinking that ever since that one day
Hmm.
or that one week.
So, Freddie, like if you thought of that 1 week a year ago, right?
Mm.
You've told me that you've been thinking about this every day since. By thinking of it every day and living that reality of yours, I mean, do you feel like that realization has got any better, or do you feel like it's gotten worse up until this point?
Uh, Way worse. It's just more stress. Just it's that times 10 essentially.
Mhm. Times 10.
Yeah.
So from when it started up until now, then what does times 10 worse actually look like?
Just with the growing situation of how my family hasn't seen me much, and like the fact that I've had to deal with these apprentices for over a year now, and there's been more shit weeks, and it's just been piled up all this time.
Mm. So there's been more shit weeks. Things have piled up over time. I mean, Freddie, let's say we stay in this position then for another year and a bit. Do you feel like there's gonna be more shit weeks? Do you feel like now it's times 10 from what it used to be? Do you feel like that could scale even higher?
Yeah, most definitely. I was hoping not when the job was finished, but it's a long time still before the job finishes, so there'll definitely be some bad fuck up.
Mm. Whenever you say bad, what do you think this situation could actually look like if it does get bad, if it gets worse than it already is?
I don't even know. I don't even want to think about it. Maybe something at home. Maybe like, yeah, what if something happens at home and I'm gonna have to go home for a week? Then I'm gonna have to, lose out on money, and then when I get back to the job or something, like say one of the missus gets ill, something like that. When I get back to the job, I'm gonna have so much work to catch up on and so
Mhm.
much shit to get like a week's worth or something like that. Just imagine that. That would be bad.
Just like you told me earlier, the stress and the pressure.
Yeah, that would be oh, that would be so much worse.
Mm. And I mean, getting to the point where the stress and the pressure is so bad, like you just told me, I mean, Freddie, is that something that you're willing to accept down the line?
No, of course not.
But I guess why not, Freddie? It's not guaranteed that probably the job could get better as time goes on, though.
Nah, I don't think it will, and I already don't like it as it is, and I haven't seen my family for long enough, so I guess like why would I stay here any longer? You're so right.
Mm. But I guess, you know, back to my point, I mean, you've been a Sparky for the last 10 years. Surely it can't be that bad, right?
I've done it for long enough now. It was pretty good sometimes, but like I've done it for long enough now that, you know, I always have that trade and I've got the experience. So
Mm.
why not get into something different? If it doesn't work out, I'll always have that to back up.
Mhm. So, Freddie, like, if you've kind of told me that you're not willing to accept the reality of what this is going to look like if we stay in this position, I mean, for you then, like, what do you feel like needs to happen today so that we can avoid this build up down the line?
I need to leave my job. I need to leave my job and do something actually worth doing and spend time with my family.
Mhm. And in terms of being able to actually do that, Freddie, what do you feel like needs to happen based on what you told me earlier, whenever you said that only you can get yourself out of this position?
Uh, yeah, just get myself out of this position, sort of
Hmm.
change, do something about it.
Hmm. And what do you feel like for you then, Freddie, that change would actually have to look like so that we can get ourselves out of this position?
Put my family forward first and, you know, leave this job.
Hmm. So is it just a case of making different decisions to the ones that we have been making up until this stage?
Yeah, yeah,